Did anybody steal the gold in Fort Knox? It's a pretty amazing place, but I'm going to actually go. We're going to open the doors. And you know, all my life I've heard about Fort Knox. That's where the gold is kept, right? I heard Fort Knox, oh. But you know, we're getting a little bit shaky. We're getting the yips on this stuff. Like, I want to find out. So we're going to open up the doors. I'm going to see if we have gold there. We want to find out. Did anybody steal the gold?
The legendary Fort Knox bullion depository, synonymous with the United States financial security, has become the subject of renewed scrutiny. President Donald Trump and billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk have both called for a comprehensive audit of the gold reserves stored at Fort Knox, citing concerns about transparency and accountability. Their demands have reignited conspiracy theories and public interest in the facility, which houses an estimated $425 billion worth of gold. Fort Knox, established in 1936, is one of the most secure facilities in the world. It is said to hold 147.3 million troy ounces of gold, representing approximately 59% of the U.S. Treasury's total reserves. Despite its iconic status, the depository has not undergone a full public audit since 1953. The last significant inspection occurred in 1974, when a small group of journalists and congressmen were allowed a brief tour. Since then, only routine vault seal checks have been conducted by Treasury officials, leaving room for speculation about the integrity of its holdings. The lack of transparency has fueled conspiracy theories over the decades. Some claim the gold remains untouched and secure, while others allege it has been secretly sold off or replaced with counterfeit materials like gold-painted tungsten bars. Elon Musk, known for his disruptive ideas and penchant for transparency, publicly questioned whether the gold at Fort Knox is still intact. Using his social media platform X, formerly Twitter, Musk proposed a live-streamed walkthrough of the facility, stating that such an event would be cool and would allow Americans to see what their gold reserves look like. He also expressed skepticism about whether regular audits had truly verified the presence of all the gold. President Donald Trump echoed Musk's concerns during a press briefing aboard Air Force One. He announced plans to personally visit Fort Knox to ensure that the gold is accounted for. "If the gold isn't there, we're going to be very upset," Trump remarked, emphasizing his administration's commitment to transparency and accountability. The push for an audit has garnered support from figures like Senator Rand Paul, R. Key, and conservative commentator Glenn Beck. Paul has long advocated for greater transparency regarding Fort Knox and sees this as an opportunity to restore public trust in government institutions. Beck even suggested bringing a camera crew under strict security measures to document the audit process, framing it as a pivotal moment for Trump's legacy. However, not everyone supports this initiative. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent dismissed the need for an additional audit, arguing that regular inspections already ensure the integrity of the reserves. According to Bessent, monthly reports detail the amount of gold stored at Fort Knox and other facilities, and no evidence suggests any discrepancies. 8. Critics also point out that past visits to Fort Knox, such as former Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin's 2017 tour, did little to quell public skepticism due to their limited scope. The renewed focus on Fort Knox highlights broader issues of government transparency and public trust. While conspiracy theories about missing gold lack concrete evidence, they resonate with those who feel alienated from opaque government processes. Advocates argue that a comprehensive audit could dispel these doubts and reaffirm faith in U.S. financial institutions. Musk's involvement adds another layer of complexity. As head of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, he has spearheaded reforms aimed at increasing transparency across various federal agencies. His call for a live-streamed walkthrough aligns with his broader agenda, but raises questions about how such an event would be executed given Fort Knox's stringent security protocols. Despite their intentions, Trump and Musk face significant logistical and political hurdles in their quest to audit Fort Knox. The facility's no-visitor policy is deeply entrenched. Even high-ranking officials rarely gain access without extensive clearance. Additionally, critics argue that such an audit could set a risky precedent by exposing sensitive national assets to public scrutiny. Moreover, there is skepticism about whether this initiative is driven by genuine concern or political theater. Some view it as an attempt to capitalize on populist sentiments or distract from other pressing issues facing the nation. The debate over auditing Fort Knox underscores enduring tensions between government secrecy and public accountability. While calls from figures like Trump and Musk have reignited interest in this iconic depository, they also highlight deep-seated mistrust in federal institutions. Whether or not their efforts result in a full audit remains uncertain. However, one thing is clear. Fort Knox will continue to captivate the American imagination as both a symbol of financial security and a focal point for conspiracy theories.